All right, Lana, do you want to get started with this
Yeah.
nonsense?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's start off with really, this is literally the weakest president we've ever had in our lifetime. I mean, he is very weak. He's very old. It seems to be losing his will to even be the president. I think he's just very happy that Elon Musk paid millions of dollars to keep him out of jail.
Yeah.
They got away with one. He won the presidency, and he literally, since he won, has played golf, it feels like, every single day. He's wasted taxpayer money by going to the Super Bowl and the Daytona 500. And he's spending most of his time at Mar-a-Lago and not the White House, which, again, costs taxpayers millions of dollars. So, and sitting next to him is our real president, Elon Musk, who is the one who is trying to cut out wasteful spending. But just in 4 short weeks, Donald Trump has wasted more taxpayer dollars so far than any of the real money that I've seen Elon Musk find.
Yep.
Now, according to the MAGA side, he's found trillions of dollars that are going towards gender affirming care to other countries, to Politico, to Gaza in condoms. And unfortunately for them, and unfortunately really for us, none of that is true, but whatever. And this is the nonsense that we have to deal with. Yes.
16 days of golf in the 29 days that he's been the president.
16 days of golf. And then there's another false story. By the way, if you're a MAGA and you're chomping at the bit to say Joe Biden spent 577 days on vacation. What? So where this came from, it came from last week. The Republican House came out with a report based on how many days they counted that Joe Biden took vacation days. And what they did is they counted any day that maybe half the day he wasn't at the White House. So they counted that as a vacation day. So this is all bullshit.
He could have went to Georgia for to check on.
He actually could have been doing work, but they counted it as a vacation day. And do you know why they do this, Lana? Because they know how to sucker people. And that's something we're going to talk about later. But first, what I want to talk about is tonight, there is going to be an interview on the Sean Hannity show with President Musk and his assistant, Donald Trump, sitting next to him, looking as weak and pathetic as he did last week when they were in the White House and Donald Trump sat behind that desk like a sedated zoo animal while fucking Elon Musk was giving a press conference to the press while his kid literally looked at Donald Trump and said, "Shut the fuck up and you're not the president. Get the fuck out of here."
Are you suggesting
or something like that?
Some type of animal injection, like a sedative for animals?
Yeah, I think that there's possibility that Elon does that because he knows that Donald Trump wants to chomp at the bit. So they might have given him some sedative. Yeah, it's possible. Or he used Starlink to get into his brain to calm him down, whatever. He used something because he knows, listen, guy, you know who the real boss is here. Just be quiet. I'll let you say something every once in a while so you can pretend like you're president. They used to do that. By the way, do you know they used to do that with his dad when his dad was getting dementia? They used to set up what looked like a real office to make his dad feel like he was really still working in the office. They would have phone calls come in and stuff like that. That's a true story. And it looks like they're doing the same thing with President Musk's assistant. But here's a clip that is obviously something that is orchestrated by President Musk. And this is something that he told Sean Hannity to address. And Donald Trump sat there and agreed with it. And he kind of took the reins over it, but it's really pathetic.
You have to be keenly aware that the media and the punditry class, not that, I think you've proven they have no power anymore because they threw everything they had at you and they didn't win. And that was, the New York Times, Washington Post, 3 networks, every late night comedy show, 2 cable channels. They threw everything, lawfare, weaponization.
Sure.
And now I see They want you two to start, they want a divorce. They want you two to start hating each other. And they try, President Elon Musk, for example. You do know that they're doing that to you.
Oh, I see it all the time.
First of all, the fact that they're bringing this up, Lana, there's a concern already. The fact they're trying to cut this off so where it doesn't get out of control. And the only people they're fooling, though, are the morons who are going to be watching this. So you can say it to these idiots all day long. Who gives a fuck?
They tried it, then they stopped. That wasn't. They have many different things of hatred. Actually, Elon called me. He said, they're trying to drive us apart. I said, absolutely. They said, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk. President Musk will be attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock. And I say, it's just so obvious. They're so bad at it. I used to think they were good at it. They're actually bad at it, because if they were good at it, I'd never be president. Because I think nobody in history has ever gotten more bad publicity than me. I could do the greatest things. I get 98% bad publicity. I could do, outside of you and a few of your very good friends, it's like the craziest thing. But you know what I have learned, Elon? The people are smart. They get it.
Yeah, they do, actually.
They get it. They really see what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah, they get it all right.
Elon, and he was talking to Sean Hannity.
Right.
Okay. Well, sure, that makes sense.
Well, that's what I said. It's Donald Trump saying that, other than you or somebody, like I said, these people bow down to him. They give him these softball questions. They set up this interview. This is all conducted by Elon Musk, who he already said, Elon called me and said, they're trying to drive us apart, right? And we want to make sure that we're on the same page, that you still understand that I'm in control of this thing. It's all a ruse. And Sean Hannity buys into whatever those two tell him, because Sean Hannity's the weakest of the three.
Didn't he call him I forgot.
No, that was Tucker Carlson.
Oh, I thought Sean Hannity said something.
No, Sean Hannity is somebody that literally will do anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything for Donald Trump. Yeah. So no, that was Tucker Carlson that bombed him. But I see Angel joining us. I also saw on Instagram Baja Gold. Baja, thank you for joining us. I love Baja. I had a big crush on Baja. I shouldn't say that in high school, but she's watching on Instagram, and I appreciate you watching if you're still there, Baja. But here's another disgusting clip, by the way, Lana. With this interview that I will not be watching, and I'm sure you're not going to be watching, but I saw a couple of the clips. Very strange. But here is Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Sean Hannity. And this is a clip of Sean Hannity.
Don't play a threesome. I don't want to see a threesome.
I know this is something close. Actually, you know what? Just close your eyes and listen to the words. But this is Sean Hannity saying, the left used to love you, Elon. What happened? And by the way, I don't ever remember loving. Do you? Did you ever say, I love Elon Musk?
Literally, when he bought Twitter, people were running and left, remember? When Jack
even before that, because Elon Musk has been around for decades now. I have never remembered going, I love this guy, Elon Musk. I never was a fan of his. I read into him early on about what a scam artist he was.
Exactly. He's like a byproduct of apartheid. What are we talking about? Right? They're why?
But this is more made up bullshit that they all get, in the same room and, whatever it is they do with each other. But it's gross. And here is Elon's response to, the left used to love me.
Liberals would love the fact that you have the biggest electric vehicle company in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be adored by the left,
Yeah, not anymore.
Less so these days.
He killed that, huh?
Laugh it up, guys.
Really
Hilarious.
I mean, this whole sort of they call it Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah. And you don't realize how real this is until you can't reason with people. So I was at a friend's birthday party in LA, just a birthday dinner. And it was a nice, quiet dinner, and everyone was behaving normally. And I happened to mention, this is before the election, a month or two before, I happened to mention the president's name. And it was like they got shot with a dart in the jugular that contained
Not a true
like
story.
methamphetamine and rabies. Okay, and they're like, wow.
I know,
What is wrong? Like, guys, like you can't have like a normal conversation.
By the way,
And it's
watch
like,
Elon
before,
being
I have to
weird here.
mention
Just look at
President's name.
Donald Trump's
And
reaction.
it was like they got shot with a dart in the jugular that contained like methamphetamine and rabies. Okay, and they're like, wow. And I'm like, what is wrong?
Trump
Guys, like
wants
you can't
nothing
have,
to
like,
do
normal
with this guy.
conversation. Yeah. And it's like it's like they become completely irrational.
First of all, like I said about Elon, I've asked this question numerous times. We're in a government that says climate change is a hoax. He makes cars that combat climate change. He's in charge of getting rid of government spending. If the government that he works for says climate change is a hoax, then wouldn't it stand to reason that we need to eliminate the spending towards those particular vehicles that help climate change? That makes sense, right?
Exactly. Why? There's no waste there?
Right. It's obviously waste to our government because our government pulled out of the Paris Agreement and said that we do not believe in climate change. Donald Trump is on record of calling it a hoax. So I believe because of the government's stance on climate change that we should stop any and all funding towards any electric vehicles because that helps combat climate change. And quite frankly, Lana, I don't know about you. I don't give a flying fuck about going to Mars. So we can go ahead and cut the funding to SpaceX as well.
Exactly. Like it's ridiculous. But MAGA would just what you just said was very reasonable. But they don't get the hypocrisy. Like it's either over their head or they just don't fucking care. Like it's so Trump likes him, so you like him too. It's just like fucking guy is laughing while he's firing fucking veterans. Like how is this okay? How is that okay?
Well, it's certainly not. But I also think there's a part of it too that I don't know. There are, and it's a really more of a man thing than it really is a woman thing. And you would think it would be more of a woman thing if you just look at the what's the word I'm looking for? The stereotypes. But it's these guys that look at other men who are powerful and are billionaires and they somehow fall in love with them. I'm not talking about in a sexual way, but just a weird way of they must be right about everything because they make this money and they have the power. So I am now mesmerized by these men and listen to every word that they have to say and just agree with everything that they say, and everything that they do must be right because these are strong, powerful men who know better than all of us. And obviously, if you just had half a brain, you would know that they're scamming all of you.
Facts.
Fuck.
I mean, they tell us that they're scamming us. They're not hiding the scam.
No.
Like, who would fire people in the Consumer Protections Agency if they cared about protecting consumers? Like, it doesn't make sense.
That's one that I will never understand. There's a couple things I'll never understand, Lana. One is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is something they're celebrating getting rid of when it costs, what did I see? 800 million, I think it was, that it cost the CFPB, but they save Americans over $220 billion. That agency has saved Americans, people like me, you, and the people who voted for Donald Trump.
It's like you're cheering for predatory lending. You're like, oh, we're about to get predatory lending. Yeah, overdraft fees. Oh my God, I hope they raise them to $50. I can't wait. Like, these people have lost their minds. Like, it's like, it's so fucking stupid because it was Democrats. You're like, you call them elitists, but you stupid motherfuckers are cheering for banks and corporations?
It is beyond comprehension. And Lana, right before I came on, the second thing I was going to say, and there's probably more than just the two I'm going to say, but The second thing is that we literally have people in this country right now defending Russia and Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
That is something I will, as a 53-year-old who's been in this country my entire life, even as a kid, you kind of knew Russia's not our friend.
Russia
and
bad.
Then you grow older and you see a guy like Vladimir Putin. Not only is he not our friend, you know that he hates us. He literally hates us in this country. But we have people who are being suckered into bowing down and defending Vladimir Putin in this country.
Thinking Trump is tough on Putin is just, how can you think that? Like,
insane.
Trump is calling him his friend. You don't hear Putin saying those kind of words. Like, he just doesn't. And I heard someone say today, why the fuck is America giving Russia so many concessions? Why is America going, okay, we'll take away the what the fuck do they have on them? The what are they always putting on Russia?
Sanctions.
Yeah, right. We'll take the sanctions off.
Yep.
Okay, we'll give you whatever you want in Ukraine. We will, like, all of this shit. It's like they're bending over backwards to please Putin, and you never want. Russia's not offering America nothing, and they can't offer us anything because what the fuck does Russia have?
And we are going to the negotiation table without the Ukraine. That is fucking sane. And anybody, literally anybody that buys into this and thinks that that is a good idea, I am asking you, never vote again, ever. Don't even think about talking politics. Don't vote. Don't even be in this country. Fucking move. If you believe that Vladimir Putin, Russia, and us negotiating with Vladimir Putin without the other country that they invaded for no fucking reason whatsoever, and you're now telling us that they need to do their part and not, they're defending themselves. That's it. This is kind of like if your neighbor just breaks into your house and continues to live there every day, and then you call the police and the police go, you know, I don't understand why you're not letting them live here.
Or like if Putin came here, if Putin fucking came here and just said, I'm taking Dallas, Texas.
Right.
What are we going to say? Yes?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense, but that is what you want Ukraine to do. And for those of you who don't know who Putin is, he's like ex-KGB.
Right.
Spy. He's a murderer. He's a killer. Russia that does not have a democracy. Those people do not watch anything on TV that Putin does not allow.
Right.
Those people, if you run against Putin in an election, expect to die or go to jail because he does not allow that to happen. You cannot speak bad. There is no freedom of speech. None of that happens in Russia. It is a total dictatorship. He controls their Wi-Fi, what you put in the bank, what you feed your kids. He controls all of that.
And they all think he's a hero because he tells them that he's their hero. But do you remember the all-female band, that Pussy Riot?
Yes.
They were singing bad songs against Russia and Vladimir Putin. And what happened to them? They got locked up and thrown in jail. I mean, that's what happens over there. And that's where we are heading over here. And the funny part is that they have controlled the minds of a lot of the MAGA idiots that think it's going to be awesome if Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden or Barack Obama or even Tom Hanks, for some strange reason, one of an American icon, they want to lock up and throw in jail. Anybody that says anything bad about Elon and Donald Trump, they want bad things to happen to them.
It's just so fucking stupid. And again, just to stay on the Russia, because there are people like, well, we're giving all this money to Ukraine. And it's like, you don't understand why Europe is so worried about this. It's because Ukraine is the one who's fighting for all of Europe. Because once you give Putin Ukraine, any part of Ukraine. He's going into Poland. He's going to keep going on and on. He has said as much. He needs to rebuild his army and steal little boys, right? So they can grow up in Russia and he can reprogram them and have them fight in his army, because that's what he's been doing with the Ukrainian children, stealing them and taking them to Russia. And like reprogramming them. Y'all don't see this shit. If Putin can get through Europe, you think he's gonna stop and be like, oh, America's my friend? That's not how this fucking shit works. And y'all, MAGA is like, they're beyond stupid. Like, it's just not even, words can't explain how fucking stupid they are. And we listened to that idiot on Twitter get upset with you because I said that Trump picked the right party to manipulate.
No question about it. And there's one other point to that, Lana, is that what Vladimir Putin would do is now he's going to start invading countries that are part of NATO. Now we have to get involved in it, although this administration probably would let Vladimir Putin do his thing, even with our own allies, which is fucking disgusting. And I see Baby Juggernaut talking about USAID, which is another program, and we're going to get into that just next year. But this is another program that has spread goodwill across the world. And part of that goodwill helps us with our national security. A lot of people just don't understand this. They just hear Elon Musk told me USAID is billions of dollars are being wasted and they're corrupt. So now I believe it. And then you ask them, give me specifics. And they can give you no fucking specifics other than what fucking Elon Musk.
Condoms are going to Gaza to make bombs. Like,